Most people believe that in order to be successful, you have to be smart and work hard. But these people missed the era and are drowning in their own naivety. The rules of the game have changed. Working hard was relevant during the industrial era. Back then, labor had value. Now, the information era is already ending, and many people haven't even realized it began. When influencers in the information age say their secret to success is hard work, they're simply saying what 90% of their audience wants to hear, the same audience that has no idea how the game is really played. And that's actually the first rule of the game. Tell people what they want to hear. What's the point of telling people the truth if the truth will make them stop liking you, or worse, turn them into enemies? Telling the truth is just plain stupid. You've probably seen conventionally perfect women like Angelina Jolie or Emily Ratajkowski. They all say the same thing, that we shouldn't objectify women's bodies and that every woman is beautiful. All of them, top models, advocate for body positivity. This isn't hypocrisy, it's a high level of social adaptation. They've already unlocked every social elevator with their perfect looks. Now they just sell 90% of women the feeling that they're no worse. And that's the second rule. You don't need to win. You just need to know how to get what you want. If you're facing a feminist, you don't need to defeat her with logic. You need to know what she wants to hear. Say that. If your boss is a narcissist, don't challenge him. Compliment him and watch your boring tasks disappear. You don't need to prove to an idiot that he's an idiot, especially if he thinks he's smart. Just use his stupidity to get where you want to go. This isn't manipulation. This is survival. This is adaptation in a game where honesty is a liability, and intelligence is measured not by how right you are, but by how efficiently you move through a world full of delusions. The third rule, other people's flaws are your winning cards. What's the point of whining that people are dumb, or that the system is broken? Use their stupidity, exploit the broken system. Even injustice. We're told it's a bad thing. But here's the truth. Injustice is a chance to take more than you deserve. The game was never about fairness. It's about leverage. Everyone's busy trying to fix the rules. Smart players learn how to bend them. And yes, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Because intelligence in a vacuum is just arrogance. Real intelligence knows how to cash in on the stupidity around it. The next rule, 90% of success is just the image. Here's the harsh truth. Most people don't have the competence or experience to tell the difference between a true professional and a total fraud. The only thing they can judge is how someone looks. That's it. There was an experiment. A world-class doctor, decades of experience, top credentials, was dressed in a simple sweater. Meanwhile, a medical intern who barely scraped by in school was put in a white lab coat and given a confident posture. Then patients were sent in to interact with both of them. Afterwards, they were asked, "Which one do you trust more?" The overwhelming majority picked the intern in the white coat, not because he was smarter, not because he knew anything, but because he looked the part. Even university degrees. I don't know how it works in your country. Let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear. But in most parts of the world, a university diploma is more of a ticket to enter the room than any proof of actual knowledge. In the US, there was a study involving recent medical graduates and licensed doctors. They were given real patients and asked to make diagnoses. Then, those same symptoms were fed into ChatGPT. And guess what? ChatGPT outperformed 87% of the certified professionals. Now here's the real kicker. Why didn't 87% of those doctors get fired that same day? Because people don't believe logic. They don't believe data. They believe the cover. They want to be treated by someone in a white coat, even if medical error is the fourth leading cause of death in the US after cancer and cardiovascular disease. People want their lawyer in an expensive suit, because that means he's good. Put a pilot in flip-flops and a tank top, and half the passengers will freak out before takeoff, even if he's flown 10,000 flawless hours. Why? Because 90% of people can't tell the difference between a professional and a pretender. And this isn't one of those "life is unfair" speeches. This is a lesson. If you know how the game works, use it to your advantage. Just the other day, I ran a little experiment. I created a dating profile, uploaded a photo of myself in a winter jacket. 0 likes. Total invisibility. Then I changed it to a photo of me in a red t-shirt. The likes flooded in. Same guy, same face. Not a designer shirt, not a dirty coat. Just a regular jacket and a regular t-shirt. But perception changed everything. Some people reap the rewards because they understand the rules. Others cut their own chances short because they still think effort equals outcome. This rule applies everywhere. Have you seen female life coaches lately? They're all stunning, well-groomed beauties. They're sitting in luxurious apartments. Very few of them are actually intelligent. Some are emotionally unstable, others totally inconsistent. But they sell. Why? Because women don't want logic from a coach. They want to become her. They want to look like her, live like her, feel like her. No one dreams of becoming a well-reasoned, disciplined, emotionally stable woman anymore. Why? Because those traits aren't even on the market right now. The 5th rule: control or let go. Anytime something goes wrong or just doesn't go your way, ask yourself one thing: is this under my control? If yes, fix it. If no, expand your control for the future. And if you can't do that either, let it go. Redirect your energy to where you're actually effective. You've probably already heard, politics and sports are topics for simpletons. Why? Because those are the favorite distractions of the powerless. They make you feel involved while leaving you exactly where you were yesterday. You control nothing there. And deep down, you know it. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." That's the real battlefield. Your energy, your attention, your actions, they're the only currencies that matter. Spend them where they count. The world isn't fair. People aren't rational. The game is rigged. But you're not powerless unless you keep playing by rules that aren't yours. Which rule or quote hit you the hardest? Send this video to that one guy who needs to hear it. Let's make sure there are more of us who see through the game.